That's a bit of fluff. Okay. Looked like I had a giant spot on my neck just then. Look, it looks like there's a spot there. It's not. It's just the way my hair is bunched up in that. Whatever. Right. Well, I'm here. It's a good day. Well, it's been a good day-ish. I've been tired all day. It's just sleep related. I haven't been getting enough sleep. It's just a thing. It's mainly to do with like random temperature fluctuations because I live in the UK, where the summer is incredibly different nights. In the nighttime, in the daytime, it's variable temperatures and stuff. And yes, I'm talking about the weather because I'm that boring. But in the daytime, in the nighttime, it's you've only got two choices really. It basically is fucking freezing cold, or it's super hot. Very, very rarely do we get nights where it's kind of one of those things where you can just lay on the bed without the sheets on you and be completely comfortable. Last night, because I get to bed at weird times and I only stay in bed for a little while. It's one of those things where it turns from day to night very quickly. So what happened was, for the past couple of nights, it's been cold. It's been cold. It's been cold out here. It's cold outside right now. It's not freezing, but it's not really warm. So yeah. So I've had like a blanket over me. Well, a blanket. I've had a sheet of material over me when I go to bed, and when I wake up, it's daytime and it's hot. So it's like I generate heat very, very quickly, very, very easily, and that's all it takes is just a blanket over me, and that's it. It's like I'm fucked. So yeah, I wake up because I'm too hot, and I wake up uncomfortable, and then I can't get to sleep again, and it's like whatever. So yeah, I've been tired for the past couple of days. I thought there was something seriously wrong with me, but no, it's just this. So shortly after I do this stream, I'm probably going to go to bed. So woo. Anyway, hi Dom. Howdy, dude. You have suggested beer bloating. I have 2 bottles of beer. I was a dingus, and I didn't get Damon to go get me some more beer when he went to the shops today, because I would have gone to the shops with him, but like I said, I was asleep when he went to the shops because he wanted to get to the shops early because it's Sunday and they close early and all that stuff. So I didn't get more beer, but I was planning. I had the intention of basically filming like a beer bloating video, because I can't because I've only got 2 bottles, and I am sorry. I believe it was you that was like with the beer select suggestion. It was either you or Roscoe. I'm not sure. Whatever. So I could do that. I could do like a beer and then soda or something like that. Have you ever had like water and then had a beer and then had some more water? Because I tried that a couple of times, both when I was like really young and really young. Both when I was basically in high school and and then like a little bit later in life, because I remembered that it bloated a lot. Yeah, if you drink beer and then you have water and then have more beer, it somehow that combination inside your stomach just makes you feel very, very full and bloated, and then you really have to pee later. But yeah, I learned as a kid and then as an adult, that if the whole thing about the reason why you get hangover is because you dehydrate yourself when you drink alcohol, and that basically you should be trying to replace the water and then you won't get hangover. And yes, it's partially true. It does actually help. It doesn't solve it. Sometimes you do get hangover. It depends how much beer you drink or alcohol you consume. So yeah. Um but yeah, it does give you like an incredibly effective bloat. It makes you feel like puffy and bloated and full, for a long time. So like we could try something similar, or we could try like soda and beer, or we could try, I don't know. I got some Pepsi Max. Well, I got lots of Pepsi Max. I got lots of Pepsi Max still, and we might not film it tonight. I was just kind of like, I had the idea of like, I kind of want to do this. I kind of want to film this already. You know, I want something to edit. Um, so yeah, but oh, I think Damon's hidden my tripod. I don't know where it's gone. I left it in the kitchen. It's my bad. I took it out of a bag and I left it in the kitchen. Uh, it's invisible now. Because he put it away somewhere, and now he's unconscious, so I can't ask him where he put it. God damn it! So I just random thought that just came into my head. So yeah, I mean it's an option still. It's like we could do beer and something, maybe. Um, Beer and beans is like another suggestion, maybe. I guess I could crack open a can of beans and then eat that, drink a beer, and then eat the beans, and then drink another beer. You know, try to keep the gas in until the last possible moment. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I'm just random ideas. How are you anyway, Don? What's up? So yeah, like I said, today's been a bit. Just had a chill day. Sunday's my day off. I usually give myself like Sunday off to just relax, um, and do something with Damon. Damon's had like a similar thing, although he's been doing laundry. So like we basically have been not really doing anything today. Um, oh, I didn't stream yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday. I was supposed to, but I got basically I got uh, not distracted. I got basic. Stop it! Stop looping. Ugh. So my speech impediment is really annoying because if I'm not entirely confident that I can get the words out, my brain will just replace the bit of text that I was supposed to read out loud with the previous statement, so it kind of loops. You know, it's like a long stutter kind of thing. But yeah. Okay. I was distracted by one very irritating friend, to put it loosely, and also by talking to another friend. So essentially, that kind of like, whilst I was in the middle of doing something else. So I was kind of trying to do like three things at once, talking to three people at once. It was a thing. Well, talking to two people at once, and also trying to do something else, and it was just not working. And that kind of like pushed this one thing that could have, if I did everything one at a time, it would have just taken like 20 minutes per conversation and task. But no, this this was like drawn out for like 2 hours, and then by that time it was like 3 o'clock. And I told you that's my streaming window is between like 6 p.m. Well, actually, no, it's like 10 p.m. my time, and like 4 a.m. And essentially, if it was like 3 o'clock, then that means that I've got less than an hour of stream time, and then it kind of, yeah, it was the thing. So, yeah. Why are you trying to stay awake? What's up? Is it just a time zone issue? I try not to be like super late for America, and also super duper late for Europe. So yeah. Hey, Roscoe. Oh, did you have like a? Did you have an early day or something? My streaming time is good. Well, I perfected it over like 10 years or however long I've been doing live streams. I have no idea when I started. You know, I know basically it's about 15 or 16 or 17 years since I first like did content for YouTube, I think. But I'm not entirely sure of like what it is for when I've been streaming. It wasn't long after. Like I think it was like from the second I basically moved in, from the second that this office was erected. I think that's when it was. So yeah. Yeah, work tied me out up and down a ladder, marking down skateboards. Ouch. Can I ask what you do? I think I've already asked this, but I kind of need clarification. I think. What are you up to, Roscoe? Do you have any suggestions for the bloating thing? Because I've got like a couple of ideas, and like one we could potentially do right now. Potentially. Or that would mean I have to stay up if I did that. Hmm. Oh, sorry. I've been repeating myself to like I said a couple of friends recently, and it's just so like I don't know. I want to get the beer bloat involved somehow. So I've got 2 beers. Again, I was supposed to get more, but I couldn't today. Um, and beans. So it's like I think I have enough cans of beans to basically, 2 cans of beans, 2 bottles of beer, basically alternating and trying to get a nice bloat on and stuff. I'm already kind of like full. I've had a lot of Italian today. I've had like oh my god, I just blanked on it. What did I have for my early morning meal? Oh, I had a sub. That's what it is. Because I thought for some reason I was like pizza, but it wasn't. It was a sub. I had a tuna sub, which is yummy, and a sweet chili wrap, a chicken Caesar wrap, uh, lots and lots and lots of tiny chicken bites. Like they're basically you take a chicken nugget, you cut it in half, and then you like marinate it into this really yummy, tasty sauce stuff, and put like 20, 25, 30 of them in a bag, and that's basically what I had. Fridge raiders. I don't know if anybody has those in the States. So yeah. But yeah, I had that. And I had sushi. I had sushi today. But no, what I had last, like a couple of hours ago, was like a 4-person pasta, like ready meal thing. So it was yummy. So it was supposed to be like 4 cheese pasta. I hate this. They basically, every time we've had this particular pasta, um, what they do is they kind of like sprinkle the cheese on, and then they sprinkle a different cheese on, and then they sprinkle a different cheese on, and that's it. They don't. It kind of like it gets lost in the sauce. There's just so much sauce and pasta, and it's just it really overpowers the cheese. So what I end up having to do is put in more cheese on it. So I've had like so I'm fairly like I'm full. I'm not bloated anymore. I'm full. So like it will only take a little bit to basically make me bloated and happy again. So yeah. Anyway, that's the idea. That's the idea. To basically like 2 cans of beans, 2 bottles of beer, and alternate between them, and try to keep the gas in, and then yeah, that's the idea. But like I said, if I did that, I'd have to stay up for another 4 hours because I would have eaten something. Or we just use Pepsi Max again. I mean, it's either one or the other. Either way, I will have to stay up a bit longer. I just have to stay awake a bit longer. Otherwise, I might end up peeing on the sofa. Or vomiting on the sofa. Either way, I have to stay up a bit longer if I'm going to shoot it tonight. I know I kind of, you know, I'm okay with staying up a bit longer. It's just that when I do get to sleep, I want to stay asleep for as long as possible because I have not been sleeping well and I'm tired. You know, I just want to chill on the sofa for a bit. I haven't been able to do it today because everybody's been using the sofa. It's so annoying. Specialize in surfboard. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I did know that. I did know that. I was just like fact checking, confirmationing, confirmationing, confirming. See what I mean about the my internal teleprompter being broken? It's broken today. My speech impediment is at its best when I'm kind of like overly stressed or like mentally tired, I think is a thing. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, those are the ideas. I do have like a fair amount of food now in the house as well. So if we don't do any of those either of those ideas, I do have a fair amount of food in the house in the fridge at the moment. So yeah, there's like some extra stuff to choose from. So yeah, I'm not going to list everything that we have. Oh, I do have milk. That's another thing. Milk and beer not good. Not really a good combo. No. What is it that basically somebody, I I learnt this a while ago, but I have no idea if it's actually true. But somebody said that if you drink milk and then drink a alcoholic beverage, a certain alcoholic beverage, it'll kill you. And I was like, well, that can't be true because it's stupid. Because Russians exist, it's like that is alcohol and milk, right? It's it's weird. What? But no, I've had this factoid thrown at me a couple of times. Once during like a school lesson about alcohol, you know, You know, you get those talks about like you know, sex ed, and you get like, you know, anti drinking like lessons in school and all that stuff. Well, I remember this being in one of them. It's like, if you know, when you're old enough to drink, basically, or if you are basically going to drink, then drink responsibly, and also don't mix milk with alcohol because it will kill you or something. And it was like, no, that's wrong, right? I don't know. Doesn't sound like a good combo. Milk and beer sounds bad. Yeah, well, yes, milk and beer together are bad. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. However, I'm basically in the Furverse. There are a bunch of rats that basically have made what's called like dad brew or just brew, which is milkshake flavored beer or beer flavored milkshake. It's basically it's somehow milkshake and beer mixed together. So yeah, remember the rat dads? Yeah, they're they're mean, but yeah, it's a whole thing. I have no idea where this concept kind of like came from, on account of I feel like it was like a dream, but I don't know if in real life I've actually come across beer milkshake. You know, like I can't remember if I was in like Berlin or like just Germany when I did the teenage travel thing, um, and I basically like came across milkshake beer. You know, what is? Oh my god, I can't remember. I just got an Instagram notification, and I don't know if it's like somebody that I've been talking to on Instagram, or if it's like just a you know, a thing from you know, a notification that somebody liked a picture. I don't know yet because it just comes up as notification, and I know it's just to protect privacy, but it's like, thanks Instagram, that's helpful. If I look at it, oh, okay, somebody posted something on Instagram. It's not actually a thing. But yeah, I hate that when I just get like, you know, Instagram notification. Helpful. But yeah, I don't know if I actually came up with the concept of milkshake beer or if it's actually a thing. There's like I know in like in fiction that mother's milk mother's milk is actually a drink that is kind of like liquid bread. And I know this sounds stupid, but all I keep thinking is like, isn't that just beer? Isn't that just beer or something? Essentially, mother's milk, if nobody knows, is part of like it's all of this. It's a nutritious kind of yeasty, bready drink, like a malt drink, but it's alcoholic. It's got alcohol in it, and it exists in like the Serenity Firefly universe as basically something to, you know, keep the workers happy on this planet, on this working planet, um, and also like it's nutritious. So essentially, it stops rioting or something. I don't know. But there's like a there's they base that on the concept that the the people that built the pyramids and stuff. It's basically a an ancient Egyptian beer drink. You know, it's liquid bread. It's like essentially it was just a multi drink, a multi wheaty drink that they fed workers to keep them happy and to keep them alive, you know, to keep them nourished and also kind of like a little bit stupid, I guess. I don't think the Egyptians used it as kind of a thing, because slavery in ancient Egypt was a lot different. Everybody always says that it's like, oh, the Egyptians used slaves and stuff, and it's like they did. They didn't do what you think they did though with slaves. Slaves didn't build the pyramids. There's a whole other thing to do with slaves. And, the slaves were the workers of the they did a bunch of they were basically servants. They worked alongside Egyptians and stuff in Egyptian society. I know this is off topic. This is super off topic. I don't care. But I'm just talking while you guys give me like more details on like ideas and all that stuff. Yeah, slavery in Egypt is highly questionable. It was mostly farm people in the off season. Ah, yeah, the people that built the pyramids. Yeah, the workers and stuff. It was like it was a whole thing. But yeah, I'm trying to explain that. When the Egyptians took slaves, they took slaves usually from conquest. Essentially when they had a war with somebody and like they defeated them, or like they were still at war with them, they would take the people who survived and use them as slaves, or use like the men, and I think it was also the women as well. I think they also used the women as slaves. They would basically take some of the conquered people and use them as slaves. But slavery in ancient Egypt is a lot different than we expect it to. It's kind of like the Roman version of slaves, you know. Essentially, they were taken into households, and they were kind of like they did all of the household bullshit, and like maintained the household bullshit and stuff like that, and cooking and things, you know. But they didn't actually they didn't teach them, and they didn't do they didn't let them do farming. They didn't let them do building. They didn't let them do all of this stuff. Mainly because it would be incredibly easy if there was a slave uprising for them to kind of like squish the Egyptian people. Because like we handle your food. I mean, they already do handle their food with the cooking and stuff, but it's kind of like we handle your grain production, um, and we can like sabotage buildings or whatever. It's just that they wouldn't do that. It's dumb. you know and they wouldn't send them to build their like great pyramids and their temples and all that stuff in the first place, because um it's not very there's not really much incentive for them to do so, to work their slaves to death so that they could basically have shoddy pyramids and stuff. It was a whole big thing. um but yeah, also, if they were slaves, then they were treated really well. Evidence shows that they had dedicated graveyards, and remains showed signs of treated broken bones. Also, there were written evidence of workers striking for a bit. Well, this is exactly what I was saying. They basically wouldn't do all of the slave shit. Like, I've kept up with the papers, and the modern papers, the most up to date papers that I've seen, basically indicate that there was some kind of like either a refugee workforce, or they did import workers from other places, not as slaves, to work on like pyramids and tombs and like big construction projects and stuff like that. But they were never slaves. The people that they hired were never slaves. You know, there was a lot of them, but they were treated well. They built cities for them. They gave them great accommodation. They gave them great food. They gave them more beer rations, stuff like that. um it was kind of like it was like a whole thing. They, you know, they were free to leave whenever they wanted. They didn't want to leave. Why would they not? Why would they want to leave a place where they were basically like super well looked after? And yeah, the Egyptians had really good medicine for the time. You know, it, hell, they had the best medicine. They were awesome for the time. You know, they were super cool. You know, it's basically if we didn't have electricity now, that's the kind of medicine that the Egyptians had. You know, that's essentially it. The only difference between like modern medicine and Egyptian medicine is A, we know a lot now, and B, um, they didn't have electricity. It was a whole thing. But yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. It's yeah. They especially really like scribes. You know, evidence shows that they especially liked scribes because what's really kind of funny about like all of the Egyptian shit that we found is that they got away with a lot. You know, the people who wrote down stuff, the people who, you know, like taught people, you know, told people what to chisel or what to paint or whatever onto walls and stuff like that. They got away with a lot of shit talking, you know, and it's always very petty shit that they always talk about. And when people who have the knowledge to write only talk about petty stuff, petty bullshit, you know, that's how you know that they're well treated. That's how you know they're well looked after. That's how you know that they are kind of awesome, you know. So yeah, I'm really annoyed about the whole like slavery thing. I really like the Prince of Egypt, but it's super mega fictional. You know, I really love that movie, but it's mega fictional. It's like incredibly fictional, and yet I don't want it to be because it's an awesome film. You know, Ugh, really good music in it too. You should totally watch that. It's really good. It's one of my favorite animated films, and it still holds up. That's the weird thing. It still holds up. It's crazy. You know, because there's a lot of CG stuff that they put into that movie, and you know, digital compositing was like just a lot of that was in there, and it was like it was yeah. It was like this movie is where they perfected digital compositing. You know, because like in previous animated movies there was always a like an element of hand drawnness to certain things, and yeah, character designs and all of that stuff was probably hand drawn with the Prince of Egypt, but for the most part that the you know the entire movie, everything we see on screen is all done, it was all done digitally. You know, the painting, the digital line work, all of that stuff, all done digitally, and it's really good. You know, you think that like a movie in which this was perfected would kind of be dated, but no, it still looks really good. I can't fault it at all. So yeah, I can't remember when Atlantis came out because I used to like that thing is awesome. However, there are incredibly obvious mistakes that still make it throughout the movie, and I hate that. But at the same time, it's kind of like it doesn't detract away from the beauty of that movie, you know. So yeah, I, I've hit a dead end. this particular this particular topic. I was like, oh, I could talk about something else as well, but I can't. Are we going to scrap the idea for the beer and something for now? You guess black is a topic? What? Why'd you have to be racist? I'm kidding. I know you're not being racist. Kind of. Just get more beer. Okay, so like next opportunity that I get, I'll get more beer and then we'll do a beer bloat thing. Okay. Okay. I still like if anybody has any suggestions for like costuming or location, all that stuff, let me know. But yeah. Oh, I haven't got my glasses on. Now it's scrolled up. I can read that. I thought you said black is a topic, but it says back on topic. Yeah. Kitchen. Okay. I'll have to find a time when the kitchen is free. Which will be hard, but okay. Um. Yeah. Don't really know what to talk about. I am still waiting. I might actually have to call them up, but then again, I figured that I feel like this has happened the last time that I ordered something from the costume places. I'm still waiting for my costumes to come. We ordered like 3, I think. Um, and yeah, I need to dig out my confirmation email because they sent me a confirmation email that I bought them. Money is missing, so they've been paid. So I should get them. But I haven't got them yet. And I feel like I ordered them a long time ago. But again, I feel like this happened the last time, and then they all arrived at once. You know, even though they said they were going to arrive separate, on separate dates, they both arrived at once. So we're going to find out. I'm really eager to actually like see what those look like and stuff. Plus, when I get when I get the police outfit, then I can try on the big shirt with the padding because I kind of wanted to try that with the police outfit. So yeah, I can't remember if that thing comes with the hat and everything. I don't think the hat's gonna fit. Hats never fit. Why do hats never fit? I know I've got the meaty back of the head, but ugh, why? Why are all these things happening? It's not cool. But yeah. Hmm. It's sometimes cooler in the day. I should get back into the art stuff because I've still got to do that thing for my mum. I've got to finish off the other couple of like arty like line work and shit that I've got from like before summer happened. And then I think it was Don that was asking me if I basically when I'm going to be back to drawing. So yeah. I haven't had any commissioned work for a while as well. That's kind of stopping me. Not that I'm saying that I need to be bribed or anything. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. But like if somebody was to offer me money for artwork, then I would get on that like right away because it's okay now. But yeah, I've still got other things to do before I do artwork again. Unless I'm pushed. So yeah. Trying to think of something else now because I don't want that to fester to sound like I was semi-begging or whatever. But I got nothing. I'm watching. So I'm just making sure that wasn't Instagram. No, it wasn't. Okay. I'm still watching Tool Time. Not Tool Time. Home Improvement. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot because I only really watched Home Improvement when I was a kid / teenager. I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't. And it was only because I was not really that interested in the story that much. Then they showed them out of order and all that stuff. So yeah. But now I'm watching them in order, and I'm an adult, and there was a lot of adult humor that you would not expect to have been shown on the Disney Channel in Home Improvement, and it's there, and I remember it, but I don't remember getting it, so it didn't really stick in my head. And now I'm watching it again, and it's like, wow, it's a lot. That's weird. Cool, neat that they put this in, but yeah. Hey, Panda Fox. It's also genuinely funny sometimes. It's genuinely made me smile, So it's kind of it's strange. I don't know why. Now that I'm looking at this as an adult, when I'm looking at it and I'm like, why did this show captivate me when I was a lot younger? How did this do that? Because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, this wouldn't be funny to kids. A lot of this won't be funny to kids. A lot of this is kind of boring unless you just want to see how they screw up or how, Tim Allen gets electrocuted this week or whatever. I guess that would be a draw. I don't know. I don't know. There's also the annoying thing about the story about Al and everything. In the first couple of seasons, they really struggled to get his character right. Because they wrote him off as being kind of like an incredibly competent, and yet he's single, like perpetually single man. But all the women love him, but he's always been single, and he's lonely at the same time. You see what I mean? It's like there's lots of contradictions in the first couple of seasons about him and stuff like that, and then like in like the second or third season, that we get like a whole thing where he's like, we find out that he's just sensitive and he doesn't really know how to talk to women, and that's why he keeps like being single. And it's like, okay, I get it. It's just, yeah, it's a thing. I remember watching that show rigorously every day after school, and I remember none of it. That's kind of the experience that I'm getting right now. It's like I remember the general basic premise of it. Before I watched it, I remembered the basic general premise of it, and like one or two scenes that were funny or interesting, you know. But I don't really remember the overall story, the overall arcs of everybody's characters and all that stuff. And again, now I'm watching it. It's like it's interesting. It's not great. I just want to point this out. It's not a great show. It's just that it's an interesting show, especially to look back on. You know, and it's definitely entertaining. You know, I'm not really wanting to get this over with, because now that I'm watching it and I know the story, I want to see how it ends. You know, I don't have that feeling. I've got the genuine feeling of like, I'm going to be bummed when this is over kind of feeling. It's kind of like when I started watching Modern Family, because I watched it late. You know, everybody else had already seen it. They'd seen it, and then the like 3 years after or 4 years after the finale happened, I was like, "Ooh, I'll watch it." You know, everyone keeps making references to it. I might as well check it out. And then I really enjoyed it, and I was really like hating the fact that I'm gonna one more time, just one more time or two more times, and the next episode button is going to be missing from the bottom of the screen, and it's like, I'm really going to hate that. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting to. I haven't got that like super awesome feeling like that yet, but I can feel it coming. I'm only on like season 3, no, season 4, 5, season 4, I think, out of 8. And I can feel it kind of like it's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna be really bummed when this is over. Possibly, if it keeps going the way it does. But yeah, like I said, I don't remember any of it either. I remember the premise. I remember like some of the things that I'm seeing now, but I don't remember like everybody's overall story, and I don't remember the last episode. So it's like I will not see it coming, wherever it is. I will not see it coming. But yeah, god damn it, Owl is really really cute as well. I remember that being a thing. I remember one of the reasons why I watched it was because I'm interested in this character. I don't know why I'm interested in him, but I'm interested in this character. You know, he seems sweet, funny, and like and cute and stuff. But why am I interested in this character? Um, but yeah, I remember feeling really bummed out when I was like 20, I think. When I was 20, and I looked him up, and it was like he's a super he's a super duper Christian, like fundamentalist who absolutely doesn't like gay people. It's like, why? You know, it's kind of like if I found out that Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec was a incredible homophobe. He isn't. The guy that plays Ron Swanson isn't an incredible homophobe. But if he was, then I would be bummed. Who is this again? Owl. Owl. The guy who plays Owl. Richard Kahn, I think his name is. But yeah, he's the bear. It's the only. He's the only bear. Yeah, he's the bear. He's the bear guy from Home Improvement. Um, you know what? I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna look him up. Yeah, Richard Kahn, American actor. Oh fuck, he still looks good. He got chubbier. Bastard. Oh yeah. Well, I've never been attracted to Tim Allen, but no, no, okay. He went back down again. It's a whole thing with his pictures. It's very weird watching him on Home Improvement now that we're the same age. It's very strange. That is very strange. Yeah, he looks so odd. Like in this picture, he's the same age as me. Very, very cute. You didn't know that, Tim? And yep, he voiced Buzz Lightyear. That was creepy. How does he look so different in each picture? Like I'm scrolling through pictures of him, and he looks just different in every single picture. It looks like it's a different guy. That guy is different from this guy. Is different from this guy. Is different. They're not the same person. That is weird. Oh, by the way, I've seen him without the beard. There's like a whole episode. There's a whole episode where they're doing like the beginnings of Tour Time, which is the show in the show kind of thing. And it's like the first episode he appears without a beard, and he still looks good. In my opinion, he looks good. Yeah. See, this is what I was expecting. I was expecting basically like this guy. You're not going to focus. Why don't you ever do this? This guy to look exactly like this guy. Like that is what I expect. This is that guy. Is the modern version of that guy. Like this guy is that guy. But no, every one of his pictures are kind of like it's like this could be a different person, this could be a different person, this could be a different person. But once you get down to like halfway through all of the pictures, then they kind of like seem to all match up. Like, yeah, that seems to be like the latest picture of him. I'm okay with that. That does look like Richard Kahn. They all look like him now. But early on in the search, and it is him, according to all of these tags. That's him. Sorry, that's weird. God, even his, Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the incident. Shockingly, but ugh, I remember reading there being a thing. Oh my god, his wife is on Home Improvement. She's Carrie on the sitcom Home Improvement. What? That is her. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, enough, enough, enough random googling. But yeah, that's Richard Kahn. It's very strange. It's very strange. You know, it's not like I was for some reason I was expecting him to be kind of like more John Favreau ish, you know, with his like weight history kind of thing, or like Jonathan Frakes, you know, with his weight history. Jonathan Frakes went really, really fat, and then he went really, really skinny again. You know, it's like, well, he kind of went chubby, and then he went skinny, then he went really chubby, and then he went kind of like he was like losing weight, and he's just steadily just been okay, like weight wise. John Favreau's done the same thing, kind of. He was like he's been up and down a lot, but it's a whole thing. Weight history, yeah, you know, it's like how cuddly they look and stuff like that. For some reason, I imagined him going through something similar, but like, you know, he's one of those people, but he's not. He did go up and down, but it's very not noticeable. You know, it's kind of like in the show. One season, you know, his first season, he was very like trim. Second season, he's got a bit of a tummy, but he's wearing all of his clothes kind of like looser. You know, kind of overcompensated for it. And then he went back to being semi trim, and then he went back to being, you know, he keeps going up and down every single season. So it's kind of like a thing. But yeah, I can never find it again. I can never find it again. I think it might be on my special features, but Jonathan Frakes, Riker, the guy who played Riker on Star Trek, he's directed a bunch of movies. One of them being Thunderbirds, and on Thunderbirds, on the Thunderbirds special features on the DVD for Thunderbirds, there's special features, and he's shooting something in London, and he is 350 pounds. You know, he looks bigger than me, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He's got a straw hat on. He's got like the got sunglasses, and he's just got his arms up every now and again, just like being like, and it's gonna look great. There's gonna be a huge spaceship just here, and then we're gonna have like the London monorail kind of like transportation pod system just in the background, and it's gonna be really good. And he looks so cute and really cuddly. Like he's got a really, really big belly, and it's so distracting for me. But yeah, can never find that fucking special feature again, ever. Yeah, he looks really cute. Jonathan Frakes looks really cute as a fat guy. But you never see fucking pictures of it. It's like he's only in special features as a fat guy. You know, when he's Will Riker, he's wearing a girdle, and that thing's fucking strong. It gave him back problems. That's how bad it is. You can tell when he's walking sometimes in the Next Generation, when like in the last couple of seasons, it's really kind of noticeable, and especially in like Generations, the film, it's just the way he's walking is very stiff because he basically belly focus. It's just like a thing, you know. It's kind of like he looks more cuddly, therefore more attractive. You know, you cannot have a belly and still be attractive and still be cuddly even. It's just that, you know, it's more obvious. It's there. So yeah. The Riker maneuver, yeah, that's what I mean. The Riker maneuver is actually because he actually does have like a lower back injury. Like I can't remember. He used to play like a sport. I do not remember which one. It wasn't Pariski Squares or whatever it's called in the future. But he used to play like a sport, and he had like an injury when he was playing that sport or something before he was an actor. Which basically meant that he had to keep his like leg straight with a chair or something right up until he sat down in it, and that's why the Riker maneuver. So yeah, it's actually like that's a previous back injury that wasn't just because he was wearing a girdle, you know. Although I'm pretty sure that helped. Didn't have to bend over and stick his butt out so much. But yeah, and you see, it's funny about the Riker maneuver. I've seen like several people do that on tour time, and I was noticing that. That's so strange. I mean, Home Improvement, you know. If you look up the Riker maneuver, it'll actually tell you about this thing that he did in Insurrection or something, which is one of the movies, in case you didn't know. But it will, you know, there'll be like a thing somewhere, probably on Wikipedia, or something about it. Oh my god, shut up. Not you. Yeah. I have seen that video compilation when they do that. So, yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now I've got an eye problem. Yay. I don't want to touch my toilet roll because there was a spider on it earlier. I know that there's going to be spider webs around it, so I'm just going to wipe it with the hand. Wipe it with the hand. I don't care if there's a spider on it. It's just that I saw a spider crawling on it, and it was a web-making spider, like a really, really prolific, like web-making spider. Doesn't look like there's any in there. We're good. I can have my tissue. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, shut up! God damn it! Anything anybody want to ask me or tell me about before I leave? Oh my god, yes, sorry. I got so sidetracked. Yeah, the whole shipping of the costumes thing. I'm waiting for them to come. I will look into that. I will. Because, like I said, I'm waiting to do. No, I think I did say that already, didn't I? I'm waiting to do the test video with simple padding for the big shirt that I got, the button-up shirt. But I want the bits from the costume, from the cop costume, the accessory, before I get it, so that I can at least look like a security guard or something. You know, otherwise it's just me wearing the big shirt. So yeah. Okay, now before I go, Does anybody want to ask me or tell me about something before I leave? Now would be the time. Now my other eye's stinging. It's like, you're giving the other one too much attention. I want attention now. Of course you would stick. You're the bad eye. When you get other art stuff taken care of, would you take a commission? I'll take a commission now. That's what I was saying earlier. I basically, I don't have any commissions on the go. So if somebody asks me to do stuff with, with money, then of course I will draw whatever they want. It's just that if I'm not taking suggestions at the moment because I've basically got a ton of stuff to do line work on. I've already done all the sketching for it. I just have to do line work on it. And the summer heat has been preventing me from doing that. So yeah. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm not stingy. Oh my god, I yawned and it made one of my eyes sting. Oh, a tiny slug has tried to come into my office. I was wondering what that was. I kept seeing something out the corner of my eye moving. And it was just like when I looked, there was nothing, there was no movement registered because, of course, slugs move really fast, really slow. So, yeah. Okay, then. I'm going to go watch more Home Improvement. I'm going to play on the computer for a little bit because I still have another, hour, I think, before I go to bed. And, yeah. I might do another live stream just to nail down all the details of exactly what I should be doing. Because I might get a lot of beer and still do the bean thing just to make it, make it different. Because I've done a couple of beer bloats in the past, and I think I've done more than a couple. And I just this actually sounds different and interesting. And I kind of semi wonder what will happen, besides me being gassy a few hours later after I filmed. Because beans. So yeah. You don't get alcohol poisoning, dude. I've made videos where I've dranken, where I have drunk, like a small keg of beer. At least 2 videos of me doing that. 3, because there was one that I did before in my mum's old house when I moved back in with my mother. So yeah. It's going to be very hard for me to get alcohol poisoning. It's beer. It's not like we're doing whiskey or vodka or something. So yeah. Going to bed. No. I'm not going to bed immediately. I am going to play on the computer for a little bit, and then I'm going to lay on the sofa, which is my bed tonight. So yeah. So it's kind of good that I didn't film anything because, like I said, I would have probably, if I did pass out on the sofa, I would have peed on the sofa, and that would have been bad. Anyway. Ugh. Pasta belly rubs, and pasta belly salute, and pasta belly scratching. but it's more like my chest, but whatever. And yeah, I should be in a new t-shirt tomorrow. That'd be exciting. Wouldn't that be exciting? I think it's a Firefly t-shirt that I've got on tomorrow. But yeah. Yeah. I like doing that. It's funny. Doing the shirt gag, not what it says on the shirt. Although I don't mind doing that. It's just that I have to already know the person and get into the whole relationship. Whatever. Anyway, toodles.